welcome back. Welcome back. Today we are about to take another look at our MTGA or Magic the Gathering Arena decks. The main purpose of this was to go over the decks that they gave you when you start an account. Now, again, this is still a beta, so there's no guarantee that any of this stuff will exist when the public version launches, but you get 5 decks. You get Graveyard Bash, Dragonfire, which we covered in our last video, so if you want to see that deck, go there. Tactical Assault, Archaean Invention, and Forest Might. So you get these 5 mono decks, pre-built, ready to go. They're pretty fun. We did Dragon's Fire in the last video, and we actually won with it. So, and then this right here, this 2-color deck, Under Control, which is blue-black, we received this as a reward from our weekly quest. So they gave us not just some extra cards, they gave us a whole other deck of cards, and those cards go into our collection folder. So that's pretty cool. But this is about going over the base decks that they give us. So today we're going to take a look at Graveyard Bash. So let's open up. There we go. So I wish there was a way to like flip this so you could look at it differently. But so you get Diregraph Ghoul. It's a 1 black for 2/2. Diregraph Ghoul, I don't know why I keep saying bull. Ghoul is a zombie creature. It's an uncommon and it enters the battlefield tapped. 2/2 for 1, awesome. Enters the battlefield tapped. Kind of sucks, but not the worst thing ever. Alright. And it actually kind of reminds me of old school Magic in that concept of where they really pushed the ability, or in this case, the downside of an ability as part of the flavor. I mean, it's super cheap because it's just a corpse, hence being a zombie, but it moves extra slow, hence coming into play tapped. That just sort of reminds me of old school mechanics. Get 2 of those. Then we have our Skullduggery. Instant spell, costs 1. Until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1, and target creature an opponent control gets -1/-1. That's actually really powerful for I think that's a common. So I can't scroll over it to. All right, so yeah, hard to tell on my screen. That looks like it's a common marker, but for 1 mana, that's pretty awesome. Then we have the Doom Setter, which is a 2 for a 1/1, but when Doom Dissenter dies, it creates a 2/2 black zombie. Hey, that's awesome. Alright, then we have a Walking Corpse, which is just a 2/2 vanilla. Death Baron, 2/2 for 3, Wizard Zombie, but it has some synergy. Skeletons that you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. You get 2 of these guys. That's pretty awesome. You know, it's basically your Lord card. You know, this is your Goblin King, essentially. All right, then we have Deathbloom the Lad, which is a fungus, 3 for 3/2, and when he dies, you get a 1/1 creature token. Hey, not bad. Hired Blade, and this card has flash, so you may cast this spell anytime you could play an instant. Okay, kind of cool, you know, like surprise creature during your opponent's turn. That's always fun. Alright, then of course we have Murder, destroy target creature. You know, 3/3, I mean not 3/3, 3 mana for an instant kill. Hey, get 3 of those in your deck, why not? You know, Legacy players might kind of poo-poo that because black has so many, 1 cost and 2 cost creature destructions. But hey, if you have it, it's better to have it than not have it. All right, Skymarch Bloodletter. So we got our Nora vampires. 3 mana for a 2/2 with flying, and when he enters the battlefield, your opponent loses a life, you gain a life. What's to not like about that? Then we have 2 Gravedigger cards. This is kind of cool. It's the artwork from Amonkhet. I would have rather had more of the classic artwork where Gravedigger's sitting in the graveyard holding the skull. He's like this big behemoth of a character, of a zombie character, and he's like looking. I like that artwork just because that takes me all the way back to the early days when I got my first Gravedigger card. So when you enter the battlefield, you may return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. Gotta love it. 2/2 for 4 gives you something back from the graveyard. Hard to not luck that ability. Okay, so Infectious Horror. 4 mana for a 2/2. Hope it has a good ability. When Infectious Horror attacks, each opponent loses 2 life. That's kind of cool. Still a little expensive, but kind of cool. Alright, Strangling Spores. 4 mana for an instant. Target creature gets -3/-3. So some creature destruction for 4. Not the greatest because of its cost, but if they're playing indestructible creatures, this is the only way to deal with it. Open Graves. Enchantment for 5. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you get a 2/2 black zombie token. Classic black enchantment. I'm not going to really knock that. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind acquiring a couple of those for my Dredge deck in real life. So, alright, then we have Rise from the Grave. Sorcery, 5 mana. Put target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Now, that says put target creature from a graveyard, so that means that you should be able to target your opponent's graveyard as well. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. So, if you murder, one of their big key creatures, you can then come around and take control of it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Alright. Vampire Sovereign. 5 mana for a 3/4 with flying. When Vampire Sovereign enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. Feels really expensive, especially since we didn't see any mana boost in here, but who knows. Then you have Yargle, Glutton of Urabrog. 5 mana for a 9/3. That's actually pretty cool, given the average power of what we've seen in these decks. He's vanilla. Alright, then we have Gravewaker. 5/5 for 6 mana, Bird Spirit with flying. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped for 7 mana. Oof. Alright. Then, of course, we have Meteor Golem. Again, it's a creature destruction for 3/3, but for 7 mana. And then we have 25 swamp cards. So, that's the deck. Graveyard Bash. And let's... Oh, not profile. Let's take it for a spin. So let's change decks to Graveyard Bash. This will be our first game played with this deck. Let's see how it does. Hopefully it'll pair us up with somebody else who's using a similar level deck. Last time it put Dragonfire up against somebody who was playing with their modded deck, but we still managed to win, so not to say that this couldn't do the same. Alright, 3 swamps. Yeah, we'll keep that. Land ratio feels good. Alright, we got nothing left to do. Cycle through, giving the opponent their turn. Alright. Playing against another person who wants to throw out mana dorks. Alright. Come on. Play our card. There we go. Alright, so we got a chump blocker on the field. Ooh. They either have a lot to think about in that hand, or they're kicking themselves for lacking options. I'm not sure which. I like that artwork for Land of War Elves. Alright. So they've got Grow from the Ashes coming out. There we go. There we are. Well, hard. Let's see here. Let's get a flyer on the field. There we go. Let's get our attack on. So the pacing of this game really seems to be with the kind of the difficulty of moving the cards around. But I'm not sure how much of that is because the engine is trying to do too much. I still think that if they really almost, I mean, don't be as ugly looking as MTGO Online. It looks like we're playing somebody else who's playing a red-green mix. So don't be like MTGO Online where you look like you're something out of the 90s. I mean, they could have done these nice game boards like this for you to play on and everything. But do my cards need to float and move and have all these color things going on? Not really. Alright. So first things first, let's get our swamp out. Okay. And no attack. Hopefully we draw mana next. That way we can get our Open Graves enchantment on the field. This right here is what I think causes it hard for Magic to get like a big viewer following, is this kind of downtime on the table. You just don't see this with other card games. And alright, their turn is up. So we didn't get what we were hoping for, but that's okay. Alright, and there we go. That'll be our turn. So we're in a fairly good position now. I mean, now what I really need is I need for him to just attack. Or her, or whatever's on the other side of the computer. It's a female avatar, so we'll say her. So we need her to attack. That'll be a problem. Alright. Yay, block step. Okay. Good. Hey, you. Block that. Are we good? Did you get that? Why are we not getting our third blocker? Ah, come on. Why are you not letting us block? Do I have to... What do I need to do here? Well, I apparently can't assign the blockers I want. So, come on. Out of time. That's ridiculous. You know, that's my thing right there. That wouldn't have been an issue if they weren't wasting data on these stupid color lines and all this nonsense. Why did it not let me double up my block? It refused to let me double up my block. Just ridiculous. Okay. Who do I want? I want this one. Okay. And that'll be it. Alright, so block and block. Why are we not able to assign another blocker? See, that's ridiculous. It's not letting us assign multiple blockers. Why? Do. No, we're not going to block. Just going to let that through. Alright, so where do we go first? Open grave. That's where we go first. This match is taking a lot longer than our last one. Though I am curious why on earth I wasn't able to multi-block. I don't know if that's game error or user error. I'm going to caution on the side and say probably user error. There he is. Whew. Okay. We click on this guy and we block. Right? And if I click on this one, it should also block. There we go. Maybe I was just clicking too fast last time. I don't know. All right. We'll hang on to that. Let's bring this guy into the fold. Ooh, this is getting a little stompy. All right. There we go. This is a very long match. I mean, we spent 10 minutes talking about the deck. We spent 20 minutes in this match. This is brutal. Alright. Go. Like, cards like this should automatically do their thing. There's only one person to target. It's not like we're in a four-player match. My opponent's obviously going to lose 3 life. It should just automatically cycle that. So it's taken us 20 minutes, but we finally managed to switch the tables. We're finally leading in life. But that doesn't mean much. That's dangerous because that can destroy an enchantment. We don't want to lose our enchantment. But I mean, it all comes down to what they have in their hand. Alright, so they're going to attack. There's one blocker. There's 2 blockers. Da, 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 da. Whew. I wonder if they AFK'd. Or if they're just that frustrated. I hope they're not that frustrated. It's just a game. Nobody should get that frustrated. But to quote Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Ooh, though I have to admit, they are making this video longer than I intended. I originally only intended this video to be like a 20-minute video. Alright, what do we got going on? Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's get our big vanilla out there. Because he's so awesome. And then we're going to attack with everybody. slow play, so much downtime. You know, for those of us that grew up with Magic or those who really enjoy Magic, the downtime's not so bad. But for people who are newer to the game or people that are trying to get into like watching the game, I can't imagine what it's like if you're not really into Magic. You know, if you're not on that level of a nerd, how boring must it be to watch people play Magic like this? And like these timeout things, they seem to regenerate, which just makes things take longer. Uh, you know, Magic is more complex than other games, so you don't want it to just like have too quick a turn thing. Like 10 seconds is not long enough to make a turn, especially if you're learning a deck. But we need to find that happy spot with Magic about how long turns should take. You know, in real life, if you know your deck, you don't take long. Oh, and our opponent gave up after almost 30 minutes. Our opponent decided to give up. So this is our second look at a deck that they give us when you start. This is the Graveyard Bash. Our second time playing somebody who ran red-green against us, and the starter deck won. So far, Graveyard Bash and Dragonfire both leading with victories against green-red. Sweet, we got rewards. Let's check out what we got. Howling Golem, 3 mana for a 2/3. Whenever Howling Golem attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. Hey, that's kind of cool. And we'll claim our prize. So, we're not going to open that pack. We'll save it for another video. Until next time, be good people. Have fun doing it. And remember, every day's a great day to make gains.